All right, what I'd like to take a moment to do is go a little bit further with putting your text on a path. And not only just putting your text on a path, but now assigning that path to some geometry or to a shape. So what we want to do here is we're going to quick create some text and also place that text on or around um, an object. And you can use all kinds of shapes when you do this, but what I'd like to get started with is picking a basic shape. And whoops, I'm under the wrong thing here. So I was under shape styles. I'm looking for shapes. Uh, and just under generic shapes here, there's a whole bunch of different little things here as far as uh, five-sided five-sided star would be one of them. In this case, I'm just going to select and apply and drop a five-sided star. This could be anything from a line you've created to any other shape that you go about creating and editing. Uh, Again, this is just a piece of geometry which we've opened up in motion. Now, on top of this, we want to start dealing with a piece of text. We want to not only put a piece of text on a path, which I've explained in some other videos, but we want the path of this text to now associate with the geometry of this star. So in this case, I'm just going to use star as my text, and it's a little bit large, so I'm going to go into the inspector and edit that little piece of text. And I'm also going to repeat it a few times, so as I have in the past, I'll just copy and paste this. Oops. Copy and paste a few times. Just have 4 of them there. And I'm also going to bring the size of this down a little bit. About an 18 here. So now I have this line of text to start dealing with and working with. Just going to select it with the arrow tool and start looking at the path that it's going to be working along. And as we mentioned before, one of the layout types under the text tab, it's originally going to by default be under type. Paragraph, again, as I mentioned, is very similar. But if you select path, a few options change. And as you come down here to path options, you'll notice that open spline is referring to a line. And when you click on that piece of text, you can see there's a white line underneath the text which I've created, and that's that line which you can alter and create curves and edit that path a little bit. So it's referring to that spline or that line that has that editable line that you're dealing with under the basic path selection. Now, in addition to this line, there's some other different shapes that you can deal with, or geometry type selections. If you just leave it and select it down here at geometry, what you'll notice happens under path options is that it gives you this little window or space in which to drop a shape or to drop a reference piece of information. So what we can actually do is take that shape which is on the screen and add it to this window. And by doing that, it's going to take the text path that we have and have it reference or look for the geometry of that shape which we now dropped down into this window. So now, again, the text is looking for the outside edge of that star. There's other options that associate with this path in that there's some check boxes down here. One would be on the inside, and you can see, well, you can't see the text because it's white on white, but you can see where the shading goes in that it's now running on the inside edge of the star. And if I were to change the color of that font, you could see it as well. Instead of this being white, I'm going to pick some other darker color. Just go black out here. And you can now see that the star is running along the inside edge of that shape. So that's primarily what I wanted to show how to do and, get your path not only your text to be on a line or a path, but now to take that path and open it up under the path options to include some other geometry, some other shapes which you can have your text follow and move along. In the other video that is available that I've already actually posted to YouTube, you can see how to make this text move, and that is under the basic format and the offset controls here. So you can actually make this text roll or run around the inside of the star in this case by adjusting the offset of the text which you've created. So again, this is in another video, and you can look at this. This is done through keyframing, but again, it's in another video, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it now.